On this team, we fight for that inch. On this team, we tear ourselves and everyone else around us to pieces for that inch.
Coming in at 320 kilobytes per second, it's time for MattieC's Sports for you and me.
He gonna need all 9 pounds, and that's on my mama. He gonna need all 9 pounds.
What do you predict is gonna happen tonight?
I'm gonna win.
That's my fight, punk!
You got knocked the out.
All right, people. MattieC Sports for you and me. This is season 3, episode 1, with a big combatant in the boxing game, and he's a humble dude from Springfield, Massachusetts. And it's gonna be a good interview right now because this is the first episode of this year, and you know it's gonna be off the hook. So I welcome Jalen Renaud. So middleweight class boxer, again out of Springfield. How you doing today?
I'm doing good. It's an honor to be the first guest of the new year. You know what I mean? Appreciate that. I'm doing good. We're not middleweights no more. We went down. We're a welterweight now.
Oh, we welterweight now.
Yeah, we fight 147.
Well then, my mistake, man. So we're gonna talk about some ill shit. So Jalen, last fight at CES Boxing. If you didn't see this, you have to know. Go to this guy's TikTok, go to Instagram. You'll see the devastating knockout he put on against Jurmain McDonald at CES. And what a good fight he had. So tell me what went through your mind and what was going on, and tell me about how DMX was a big part of that fight.
Honestly, I'm keeping it a band. What was going through my mind when it first started was, goodness gracious, this dude is huge. Like, you see how big that boy was?
He was a big boy when he fell too.
But I mean, once the fight started and I gauged where the strength and the power was, I was just like, he keeps looping and dropping that right. Eventually, I'm gonna catch him when I come over overhand right. So I just waited, lulled him to sleep. I kept going to the body. I faked to the body, so he dropped his hand, and I came right to the top. And boop, low key, I learned that from Canelo. But went over the top, and homie felt like a thing of bricks. You know what I mean? The bigger they are, the harder they fall. He was a good fighter, though. You know what I mean? Big and strong, 30.
Yeah, he was kind of pitter-patting with you, trying to. From what I saw where I was, it seemed like he was trying to like figure you out for way too long. And then you started going with your route. And, you know, once you went to that punch itself, it was like a quick little, like you said, a quick bop. And he was just on the floor. And like, there was no coming back from it. And I looked from where my angle was, you could see the eye roll and just out. And it was a really good fight. And that fight card was like stacked. It was you, Orta, Kendrick Ball, and just a bunch of people. Ortiz had a good one.
Cruz is on there too, doing damage.
Cruz was a good one, yeah. And he was, I think he was the most flamboyant of the bunch. Like you could tell he was there. You know what I mean? Like
yeah. He a little showman, yo.
Yeah, I mean, like, but
Nate Martinez also had a great fight.
Yeah, and Shelly had a good fight that night. She did well. What was the other girl's name? It
was also Stevie Jane Coleman.
Yeah, she had a good fight too. I liked her composure in that fight. Like she didn't go crazy, but like she was comfortable. You could tell she was well rounded. And you know, with you were kind of just like, you know, you were hyping the crowd out. And when me and you were discussing this the other when we were there, you were telling me about, like, I was asking you about the DMX stuff, and then I was asking you when you went to your corner and were hyping up the crowd, and you were like, I wasn't even tired. I wasn't tired whatsoever.
I was chilling. I had such a great camp for that fight that, like, honestly, I did the dance for my opponent to let him know, like, bro, come on, I got mad rounds in me. I'm not tired. I got energy. I'm having fun. There's nothing panicking about me. Like, we still got another 3 rounds to go after this. Like, I'm about to whoop your ass. And it just turned out that he didn't have no more in the tank. I caught him with what I caught him with. I didn't realize how big like the punch was until like I seen the replay. Like he got hit really hard. His head bounced off the mat. Like it was a really bad knockout. I'm happy they stopped it and didn't let it go. The ref did the right thing. You know what I mean? Once your head bounced off the mat like that, anything could happen. So I'm happy they fighting. He was good. Even his arms, like he was trying to get up, his arms were rubbery. You know what I mean? I can only imagine what it's like. And like, so good stoppage by the referee. Respect.
Yeah, and you know that's sometimes a really bad thing in its own because you know I'm sure you've seen even on ESPN. I've seen it. You know, seeing top ranked boxing. I mean, you see that a couple of years ago we saw a death in 2019 right on TV. And that was at Washington, D.C. The guy, his corner stopped at, I believe it was round 12. And he was like, he was so like still with it. You know what I mean? Like he still had that like boxing mentality, like, let me go. Has a brain hemorrhage and dies. Like you don't know with this sport and it's scary.
See, and that's the thing when it comes to fighters, like, we going out on our shield. We not gonna do nothing crazy. Now, everyone is different. I feel like I'm a smart fighter. I'm one of them fighters. I'm dipped down. I'm here because I feel like I got power. So I feel like I always have a chance to win the fight. So I'm never one to like tuck my tails and leave. But in all honesty, if there's nothing I can do and there's nothing that can be done besides me take more damage, I would hope my corner would save me from myself because I'm going back out there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And when it comes to this boxing, there's a lot more stuff than just like brains. People, their eyes get messed up. They lose their sight. Their noses get all messed up. They jaw. You know what I mean? My jaw still feel funny when I eat steak. You know what I mean? It's never even been broken. So like imagine like someone's jaw that's been broken that kept going with it. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff that goes in with it. So it's just like you gotta have a good corner to make sure like they're not gonna let nothing happen to you. You know what I mean? So I got a great corner, and they love me. You know what I mean? I got my dad in my corner, Hector Rosario and Paul Cechon. They're gonna make sure that I'm on point at all times. And they're gonna do the hard choice if they gotta stop a fight, whether I believe it or not, like whether I agree with it or not, they're gonna do what they feel is right, and that's all you can ask.
Yeah, and I see that's there's a reason you're 7-0 for a reason. You have a great strategy, like you're quick with your feet. You don't stand there for long, and I saw that. You don't stand in a vulnerable position. I've seen guys that were at the event, and I've seen it on everywhere. Everybody's a critic. I'm a critic of my own. Like I like different fighters, and I've been posting about Vasyl Lomachenko. I mean, but Teofimo Lopez, people don't realize he was an underrated fighter in that fight. He wasn't a favorite in that fight, and he took him to so many rounds that a lot of people agree. I agreed. By the 6th round, Lomachenko started turning it on, but it was too late. Lopez became that person. I don't agree with his dad's style of promoting his son, but he's a great fighter. He doesn't have to talk, and that's what I respect about this game. Like after the fight, I messaged Kendrick's dad, Senior, and nothing but respect for his dad. His dad is he was one of the nicest people, and he said we would have you on your show. I've had Kendrick on my show before, and
I love Kendrick. That's my homie. I was just chilling with him.
He is one of the nicest kids ever. Like he was one of the most like relaxed kids, and he was just answering questions. And he pretty much told me after, like, I'm not really an interview kind of person, like, because he's very quiet. I had to know
Yeah,
what
he
Peppa.
talk.
I
He
didn't.
likes to fight.
I needed to know what Peppa was after, like, because I didn't know what Peppa meant. So he told me what it was. Now I know the secret. But you know, you yourself has fought in. You don't fight in little places. I mean, you fought at Mass Mutual. You fought at MGM. You fought at, you know, the convention center in Hartford. You fought in good places. You haven't fought in a small venue.
I mean, well, before I signed with CES, my first like 2 fights I fought in smaller venues, and then my 3rd fight I signed with CES, and after that, whoop, and nothing but nice venues and good places to fight. But I mean, at the end of the day, a ring is a ring, and a win is a win. I don't care if I'm fighting in front of thousands of people or if I'm fighting in front of 3 people. If I signed a contract, he signed a contract, and my record's on the line, yo, my O's not staying there. My O's coming home with me. You know what I mean? So it don't even matter. I'm a fighter. Like, we signed a contract. I'm coming in there to take your head off. Everything I can muster coming out of my body to send you on your destruction until the last bell. You know what I mean?
And it's like I said, your game is so fast paced. Like, I didn't see you, like you said, you weren't tired, but like your quickness was just there. Like that last fight, you against McDonald, you were just there. Like, you were focused, laser, and just kept going. And then like you caught him with that. It looked like a jab from my angle. So I was like, damn, he's got some power in that. Like, he got some power in that shit. And you knocked him right down, and he just never returned back up, you know? Like, he had those wobbles, you know, like you said. So
I'm still trying to figure out what punch it was. I'm pretty sure I know it was the overhand right that like caused the initial damage, but it kind of looked like I came back with a hook to drop him. I'm not positive if I did. It might to me, it looks like I was coming with the hook, but dude was already falling. So I brought the hook, like I just brought it down. But in the middle of the thing, I don't know. I gotta watch the fight from a good angle. I haven't seen it like all the way yet.
Yeah,
but,
and
definitely the overhand.
Yeah, and it was a good thing to see. And I was like, I got to get him on the show. So lucky I caught you at the last second. So, I mean, there was another question that I've been wondering for a while. I talked to a couple other boxers, but with the judges in different states and stuff, there's a little controversy with their judging. Like, points are way off, and it's not looking good for the judges around the states. You know, the commissions aren't doing their job by watching these judges. Like, they're doing unbelievably crazy scores, like 45-48, and like then it's a close fight. Like, what do you think of the like judges going on right now?
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. When it comes to judging, I've had my fair share, not in the pros, but in the amateurs, of decisions that I don't agree with. And if you don't, you gotta make it to a point where it's not in their hands. Where even if it goes to their hands, there's no way they can rob you because you just beat the holy hell out this boy. There's not one round they could even kind of sort of give them. Like, the way we train is we want to beat you 10-8. Even if we're not beating you 10-8, if we're not beating you 10-6 or whatever, that's how we want to beat you. And we got to have that mentality every round. Every round you fight, you lost that round. You lost that round. You lost that round. I could have dropped him 3 or 4 times. I lost that round. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Stay comfortable.
Yeah, and I've always heard that expression, do not let it go to the judges. Don't let it go to decision. But it's hard to do when you're in the ring and you're in the moment. You know, you can't just be like, all right, I'm going to knock this guy out right now. It's not that simple. And some people don't see that. It's hard to knock somebody down. It's hard to make it I wouldn't say a party or nothing. Like Floyd Mayweather, he goes for points and stuff and they get mad. Like Manny Pacquiao and Mayweather was supposed to be this big thing. like it was just going to be a bloodbath, and it wasn't. So people were angry, but it's like if you truly like boxing, you saw it.
I thought that fight was beautiful. It was one of my favorite fights. Mayweather looked perfect. He did exactly what he was supposed to do. I'm a boxing purist. I love to watch a boxer do his thing. I love the hit and not get hit, maybe miss. Now I'm over here. Here's a hook. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I love that aspect of boxing. I'm not like, don't get me wrong. Like, I love an action-packed fight, but I'll sit there and I watch a master do his thing. You know what I mean? So none of those. That's not a letdown fight for me. That's exciting, and that's beautiful. That's what you should aspire to want to do. You should want to go 12 rounds and not get hit, but land any punch you want to land.
Oh yeah, and you want to have that. You don't want to have like the cut on your eye that's going to be there forever. You don't want to, have a certain injury like concussion wise or anything like that. That's what's smart about Mayweather. Like, he's never been knocked that hard. And, like I said, I'll keep going back to it. Like, Pacquiao and Mayweather was a great fight. Like you said, it just, everybody wants this big bloodbath. It's not like that. And in boxing should never be like that. I mean, they're fun at times, but you're not the one in the ring who's getting the blood and the shit kicked out of you sometimes. And people don't realize that.
Yeah, that's what people don't understand. It's like, and I don't even want to disrespect the other sport when I say this, because those guys are beasts and they're monsters, and I got the most respect for them. But this is boxing, this is prize fighting. Then you have ultimate fighting. That's a bloodbath. Them dudes, you know what I mean? We'll see something crazy. At the end of the day, this is still a sport. That's prize fighting. You know what I mean? So with all that being said, all that blood and guts, you have to be more bing with it. And it's no disrespect to MMA, because you still got to be smart and methodical and all that over there. But at the same time, if you can get over a certain aspect, your blood and guts will bring you far in there. Where in boxing, blood and guts is only gonna get you. Blood and guts is only gonna get you blood and guts. You know what I mean? Like, it's only gonna get you to a certain. You still have to fucking step. You can't just be throwing punches. It won't work. You have to sit down, figure out a game plan, figure out how you're breaking this man down, and do it methodical. If you really think about it, even the guys in MMA, the guys that are at the top, they don't just wing punches like idiots. They break you down methodically and disgustingly, from hands, feet, to the ground, to jujitsu, all this. They break you down methodical to where there's nothing you can do. That's what Mayweather be doing. He just does it with his hands. He walks you down and breaks you down methodically, dipping, diving, takes your confidence away from you to the point where you don't even want to throw no more. You're just in the fetal position. He's bing, bang, bing. Crawford does the same thing. Earl Spence does the same thing. You know what I mean? They methodically break you to where there's nothing you can do anymore. They take your will, your heart, and they take your strength. Like, you're throwing like a punk now because like you're so nervous. Like, oh my God, I'm getting my ass whooped. Boom. And there you go. Go to sleep.
And like, it's not like the other sport. Boxing is a whole different realm. You got the WBO champion, the ring champion, the IBF, WBC, WBA. It goes on and on. Like, it's really, really hard to carry that many belts, be a unified champion. It's like almost near impossible, but guys have done it, and they've done it with a lot of skill, and in your division, it's very hard. In almost every division it's hard, but you got some natural born killers in that division right there, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, I got some beasts in my division, but I got a lot of weight bullies in my division as well. If you watch what a lot of guys are doing, most of the guys that are fighting welterweight are now walking around at like 180, and that's ridiculous.
And that's the thing. Like, a lot of belts are vacant right now because it keeps one person has it, one doesn't. One person has it, one doesn't. So, like I said, there's also Ring Magazine, WBC, IBF. You know, like people don't understand. It takes a
And
lot
all
to
the
earn
little
your
belts
money in the
too.
game. Say that again.
And there's all the little belts too. You got the silver, you got the NBC, the US NBC, the gold, you know what I mean? The youth. There's a whole bunch of them little ones.
And then you see these guys, they be on Top Rank, and you're like, you know, it's hard to really, you're like, it's hard for me to see, like, you got a guy who's 12-0 and he's already getting a Top Rank contract with ESPN, or a guy, you know, no disrespect towards Muhammad Ali's grandson or anything, but he fought 2 fights on Top Rank. He won both, but he's only had 2 professional fights. So it's like, I mean, do some, like, to a person like you, is that kind of like not a disrespect thing, but kind of like, well, shit, I have this many wins. Like, should I be like in that same aspect?
I look at it like this. I don't find it as disrespect. He's making the money he's making and got signed by who he got signed with, not only by his own hard work, you know what I mean? Because he did some work in the amateurs. I'm not like familiar with him all around, you know what I mean? But I know he had his amateur match. But that's Ali's grandson.
Yeah, right.
He get hit.
Of course.
That's the greatest of all time. His last name, he makes money. So he's gonna get that sign. He's gonna print money. You know what I mean? His family has earned that for him. Now, what he does with it is up to him. Is he gonna be the next fucking Ali, or is he gonna tank down? You never know. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
his family earned that. His last name earned him that. And the same, even when it comes to like the Jake Pauls, I'm not mad at them guys. They're smart.
Really? I was just about to ask you that.
That's what it's about. Well, because you got to think of it like this, and I'm going to be honest with everyone. They don't have any amateur fights. They have no amateur fights. So when you think of it like that, when you first turn pro, who do most people fight? They fight MMA fighters from around the way, guys that are bums. You know what I mean? And these are guys that got 180 amateur fights. That's how they move. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, the first guy I fought, I think he was like a kickboxing fighter or some shit, and he also did boxing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So whatever, they got used to it. Now he's about to fight Fury. After how many fights he got? Like 4 or 5 fights. Right?
Is it 4? I think it's 5. 5. I'll have to check back on it.
He got 5. He's stepping up. He's doing what he's supposed to do. I would have stepped up with someone maybe a little farther down the card than who he's stepping up with, but he got some balls. He's stepping up with someone that's actually can fight, and who was up on the upper card along with him. I got respect for him. I don't got Logan Paul. I mean, he over here fought Mayweather. He's 50 pounds bigger than him. That was stupid. I don't really got respect for that. But I mean, I respect what Jake is doing, and he's making money. He got a big mouth. You know what I mean? He's talking a lot of smack, but he's training. He's getting better. He's doing what he's supposed to do. At the end of the day, it's all about how we can create revenue. He's creating his revenue, and he got it on and pop, and he's doing what he's supposed to do. There's no reason to hate on it. Now, I do say, if you are gonna do that and you're gonna jump the line, you should help out the fighters that are down low, and maybe like do some research and be like, all right, well, he's not signed by no one big. He's not signed by no one big. Let's put them together and give them a good payday. Boom, boom, boom. He's coming up. Like, you know what I mean? Make your card dope. Don't like he puts a whole bunch of whack people on his cards, and then he'll have like a good one or two good matches, or he'll put a whole bunch of big stars on his card. Instead of putting Badu Jack on his card, put Little B-Hop on the card. You know what I mean? Instead of putting one of them YouTube dudes that he put on the card, put me on the card and let me fight someone else that's 7-0 from like Vegas. You know what I mean? It's not getting no revenue. Help people out. If he want people to stop saying he a punk, that's what he should do. Then boxing's gonna love him. Then they're gonna push him up. Then he can go do what he want to do. He can go fight Canelo. We won't even be mad, because why? You help him build the sport. Don't just come and take shit from the sport that you're just starting to put work in. There's dudes been putting work in. Like, I've been training since I was like 15, 14. I'm putting working for a lot of years. You kind of popped in. I'm not saying like, oh, boom, boom, but you did just cut the line. And there is a lot more people that are a lot more talented than you, and you're not letting them do their thing. You don't gotta let anyone do anything at the end of the day. You know what I mean? But
right,
it looks better than you just jumping in and stealing money and then having. Because I'm not trying to disrespect him. He has trash fights. You know what I mean? They be in the main events, and they should be the first fight on the card. So
absolutely.
If you're gonna have your skills aren't up to par, let these kids let them show their skills. Let them get some bread. Let them be good. Let them be nice. And do your thing. Then boxing gonna love your ass. But he want to be the bad guy, so he gonna keep doing what he doing. He gonna chase that check. And I can't be mad at him. That's what you're supposed to do.
Well, that's the thing too, is that Mayweather during that whole Paul fight, he was fighting him, and like you said, he's way bigger and much more heavy. And Paul clinched him, and Mayweather said, "The fuck you doing? Like this? Let's put on a show. Like, don't be clinching me." So then it stopped right there. You know, he stopped what he was doing, like his little dancing around the ring, and you know, because he was tired and gassed, and Mayweather was like, "I'm not even bruised by this," and he comes back and
doing anything. Like, I'm not even hitting you hard. You outweighed me by 50 pounds. What are you doing?
Yeah, exactly. And then in the interview, he's like, "I just made an easy couple million, like not even like stacks and stacks. Like you just paid for his next continental flight with a jacuzzi in the back."
You just paid for his next 3 mansions. He made like 50 mil from that fight. They don't even be telling
crazy.
These guys making, because it's Mayweather Promotions too. He came off. He got a piece of Badu Jack's purse for that fight too. Whoever was fought on that, he came off. Mayweather stay coming off whenever dudes be fighting or whenever he fights. He comes out with way more money than they tell us all the time. Mayweather is smart, and he's what a lot of people don't like. He's a boxing businessman. He's not all about throwing hands. You know what I mean? He's smart. He's way smarter than people think.
Mm-hmm.
I love that about him. Even though they be like, "Oh, he can't read." Sometimes he ain't gotta read. He got someone that can read for him.
You gotta read $100 bills. I'd rather be reading that than being able to read. And then, you know, he well, I mean, he got, you know, when he's at his own fights, you know, like pre-fight parties and all that stuff, he's like got $20,000 watches he's selling. He's got cars. He's got everything. He's selling his brand at his own fights. And, you know, it's crazy how that game works. And that's what boxers are hungry for. And boxers are also hungry to, you know, CES is a great organization. I've come to respect it a lot, especially with the Birchfields themselves. You know, how does it feel to be working with them?
I love working with Jimmy and Jimmy Jr. CES is lit. They always make sure that I'm comfortable. They always make sure I got good fights. They make sure I'm on the posters and everything. They lit to be around. I love the family atmosphere. Yo, after my first fight with them, I fought Maceo Crowder. No one wanted to fight Maceo. I called them. I was like, "I'll fight Maceo. He's kind of big. Whatever." I went. I fought Maceo. I looked great. After that, they was like, "All right, kid, we want to sign you." So they signed me. I fought some big old African dude, and mind you, this African dude was from. He kept moving around, so like I was hard to get a spot where he was actually from. So finally, like after the fight, I realized like he told me like his real name, where he's from. He came over here and changed his name. So if you Google his real name, he's actually like the Guyanese national champion, and he was on their Olympic team. Like he's nasty. But if you Google on his like his license and everything, like 2 or 3 videos will pop up. So he was nasty. He was real good. He swindled us both. We got up there, we fought, we did our thing, we beat him. After that, Jimmy loves me. Love me. The most up respect for me, because it was like, ooh, the dude was good. And we was looking for a good fight, but we didn't realize he was as good, you know what I mean, as what he was until we got to the fight. And then I adjusted on the fly. came through. I beat him down. I went hard in the 4th round, and then I just kept building from there. And after that, Jimmy loves me. You feel me? He loves me, my girl, how you know what I mean? Our teamwork. Matter of fact, plug merch. You know what I mean? She makes all my merch for me. The headbands, the water bottles, the plates, the cutting board. She makes all that, and it's
I rock it for you. Absolutely.
I'll send you one. I got you. Listen,
right.
Text me your size.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, you know, in your division, there's so much openings to bring you out. And now, what's your plan after this? I mean, with CES, you're going to probably stay around for a while. I mean, is there any, I mean, there's huge promotions around the area, but is this one you want to stick with until you rise up? Because I mean, I feel like they bring fighters like you and Kendrick and everybody. They give you guys, they're going to give you the chance to move up to the high level. Not that it's not high now, but I mean like top rank style or pay-per-view fight, stuff like that.
I know exactly what you mean. I mean, I'm a loyal guy. You know what I mean? As long as CES does right by me, I'm rocking with them till the wheels fall off. You know what I mean? That's just how I am. If I don't got nothing to complain about, there's no reason for me to leave them. And CES seems very, very willing to do business with me. Anything that I wanted to change in my contract, boop, got changed right away. So I don't see myself going anywhere. Jimmy's my man. You know what I mean? I like Mike. I like Parente. I like Marcus. And I like Jimmy Jr. I'm not going nowhere. You know what I mean? As long as everything keeps going good, I'm loyal. They're my team, family right now.
And so I went to the MMA one, the back-to-back first to meet you guys at CES, and I believe you were there. You were in East Longmeadow for the press conference. That's when like Carlos Candelario was there. You, Kendrick. That was just when he won the belt, I think.
That first defense.
Yes, that was the first defense. And, you know, like it was definitely a family atmosphere. And Jimmy Sr. got mad at me because I didn't eat. And I was like, I'm pressed. Am I supposed to eat? And I'm like,
he got mad at me too. And I was like, Jimmy, I'm cutting weight. I can't eat.
Yeah, so I was there, Jimmy Sr. And then, you know, I got respect for the guy. He's old school. I know what it's like. And, you know, he likes to do his own thing on fight night, like just let him do his thing. And then his son just, you know, comes up, shakes your hand and all that stuff. And I talked to him. He's a great guy. Like Mike Parente, like you said, he welcomed me with open arms. And then, you know, he hooked me up for my press table, as you saw last fight. And I got to talk to you for a little bit. So, I mean, CES is a great organization. And, you know, Jimmy Sr. worked with Vinny Pazienza. So it's like, he's well known with the boxing game, especially around here, like Rhode Island, Connecticut, Massachusetts. I just wish he would come up to Massachusetts. That'd be great. I mean, like on this side of town, like Boston area, anything like that. But
yeah, Murphy's kind of got Boston locked up, but it would be dope to do a show in Boston.
Yeah. Murphy does have some big stuff out here, and we got, you know, all the gyms out here. It's like there's got to be a way to get all you guys connected, cross promotion or something. That would be big,
you know what? Big. That's actually a great idea, because Murphy's do have some welterweights that I do have like in my radar that I'm definitely willing to fight, because I'm a fighter. I'm willing to, if I don't call you family or bro, I'm willing to jump in the ring with you. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of welterweights, and then there's some middleweights. You know what I mean? Some junior middleweights I'll jump in there with too. They got a couple people around here. I ain't got to name no names, but
so I mean, another big thing I wanted to know is like, you know, like it was tough to see at the end, you know, at CES with what happened with Kendrick. I mean, you guys are boys and stuff, and you know that was a tough thing to see, and especially I was seeing it from the outside looking in when Mike Guy came in, and I was just like, what the hell's going on? Like, this a smaller guy, and I thought like it was just one of those nights. I was like, whoa, it's kind of like a shell shock. Like, how did I mean, did you watch that fight that night, or were you already like gone by then?
Yeah, I watched all Kendrick's fights. That's big bro right there. I was surprised. I was like, oh dang, but Kendrick a monster. Kendrick a warrior. He got the heart of a lion. Got the right hand of a gorilla. He knows exactly what happened. You know what I mean? I was talking to him. He knows exactly what happened. He knows exactly what he got to do. And please believe he will be back very soon, and he will be back better, stronger than ever. That did nothing but make that man hungry as hell. And when I tell you he's about to come back and feast, he's about to come back and feast, Joe. And I don't know exactly when Ken's coming back, but I do know if Ken want that belt, he'll come over there and he'll snatch that shit right out of my guy's waist. You feel me? Via KO. And that's me talking smack, because that's big homie, you know what I mean? But like, he don't need to talk no smack. I do it for him. He'll be back, and he gonna be better than ever, and he gonna be knocking cats out the frame really soon. Really soon. And
you know, we were talking, me and somebody else I interview with, we were talking about that, talking about favoritism with different people and how you wouldn't make it. I was like, but you got to understand, like, when you meet somebody through an interview, or like you've seen them fight too, like, you need to understand, like, there will be a little bit of favoritism, but you got to see it through the different eyes. Like, yeah, I saw Mike Gray. Yeah, I had to talk about it. But for Kendrick himself, like, yes, I'm going to support him before that guy. He's a good kid from Worcester, and his dad's a good guy. Like, and I sent him a message instead of Kendrick Jr. like, because I was like, I respect so much that you and your dad have this bond with this sport, and you guys support each other. And I'm sure you have the same rapport with your dad too, being in your corner. It must be like an extra like oomph in your fights,
Yeah, my dad worked everyone. He was the chief second in every one of my amateur fights. And then when we turned pro, he just felt that it was time to get someone else. He said, he's like, yo, I taught you everything I know. Now we got to go find someone that knows more than we know. So that's when we hooked up with Hector. But my dad, he knows how to just wake me up. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do in the middle of a fight, he'll get it out of me. You know what I mean? He'll make me, he'll pick me off to where I'm going to take it off on that guy. Or he'll let me know, like, oh, you got to be smooth with that, or don't punch down. He just lets me know. Yo, he let me know everything. Yo, I love my pops. That's my guy.
Yeah, he's not gonna what's the word for it? He's not gonna play it like in a small way, like, oh, you're doing good, son. Like, nah, he's straight up like, listen, you need to get your shit together type of thing.
Yeah.
So, Jalen, two last questions for you. So, victory meal. What's your victory meal after your wins? What's your victory meal?
Well, it's not really a meal. It's more of a spread.
Okay.
So, my shorty ordered a party-sized pizza, pepperoni and bacon with cheeseburger on it. Then she made panini and panadillas. She made macaroni and cheese.
Oh, that's my shit, man. That's my shit.
Yeah. She made me a whole bunch of baked cookies. I got then I went and bought some Jamaican oxtail, and I got some Jamaican some curry goat, and I got some fried chicken. And
my goodness.
I feel like I'm missing something. Oh, and I got a whole bunch of soda, because when I train, I can't drink no soda. So I got mad soda, and I just went to town.
That's funny, man. That's probably a better one than I've heard, because I've heard all I want is some Reese's Pieces and like some other shit like candy and stuff. I'm like, you don't want like a Thanksgiving spread or like, an Italian meal? Yours is up there, man. You're like on the top level right there after a victory.
Hey, I eat, bro. I eat because when I'm training and I gotta cut weight, I'm pretty on like a straight straight salad diet. Like I don't really eat too much meat and stuff. And if I do eat meat, it's like a little bit of cut up meat with my salad. You know what I mean? It's nothing crazy. I get rid of most of my sugars and all that stuff. So it's like I'll eat a candy bar for me. You know what I mean? Or like I'll go and get like a little bag of Skittles because those are my little cheat meals. So candy doesn't bother me, but it's like it's the food I want. That's what it's like. When I was amateur, the food was easy because they would let me eat, and it was the candy that they would make it. They wouldn't let me eat. Now we switched it, so now it's like, damn, I really want some food.
Yeah, you don't want to go the Roberto Duran route and go drink, eat.
Nah, I can't even. I don't even like drinking.
Good for you, man. I'm not a fan anymore.
Yeah, me neither. It's just even the smell. Sometimes let's be like, I gotta go. I gotta go. Yeah.
In my final question to you, bro, is do you like what? Is there anybody you're gunning for? We don't have to tell the secret ones. Is there someone you might want to gun for?
I mean, whoever got any piece of them little WBC anything's in my weight class, WBC and NSFBC, the youth or whatever. You know what I mean? Shit, I feel if you give me enough time, I'm ready for anyone in the welterweight division, and depending on who it is, I'm ready for you in the middleweight division. You know what I mean? I hit hard enough, I'm tall enough, I'm long enough to bang out with both divisions. So I'm gonna keep jumping, I'm gonna keep doing that. But like when it comes to like, I don't really got a name, you know what I mean? Like I want to fight you next. There's not no one that I'm calling out. But if you got some kind of belt and 15, if you 15-0 or less, I'm ready for your ass. You know what I mean? I'll whoop Rolly Romero's ass. You want to come up and wait.
Much respect, man. I appreciate that. That's so. If anybody knows now, this is like the classifieds, the old stuff, and you know the things they used to call newspapers. A wanted ad looking for 15-0 with a belt. Coming, talk to Jalen. He's ready. He's ready. Somebody open that thing and be ready to throw down.
Yes, sir. I'm boxing's favorite boxer, baby. I'm ready to go. As long as the check makes sense, yo, we down to bang out with anyone in New England, in the world. Like shit. I'll go to Ireland to fight. I don't care. You know what I mean? I honestly feel like I'm one of the best. I have an awkward, weird style, and I don't care. I'm ready to fight.
Well, so tell them where anybody can follow you at.
You can follow me on Instagram at Boxing's Favorite Boxer, all one word. You can follow me on TikTok at Boxing's Favorite Boxer, all one word. Also, I just made my Twitter. You can follow me at Boxing's Favorite Boxer, all one word. You know what I mean? And hit me up for merch. I got a whole bunch of shirts, a whole bunch of headbands. I got them in gold and white. I got them in black and white. I got them in black and gold. I got them in gray and black, and I got them in gray and white. I got beanies, same colors. I got full track suits, same colors. I got female track suits, top, bottoms, boxing favorite boobies, boxing favorite body, boxing favorite whatever you can think of. I got it. I'm selling underwear. Just let me know if you want it. Put Boxing's Favorite Boxer on it.
This man will hook you up, man. You'll be ready. Shit, you'll be ready for any occasion.
Yes, sir. I be looking fresh.
Yeah, I'm digging it. I'll definitely be wearing boxing shirts. I love it. That's some good shit. So check out Jalen and his stuff. Yo, you got to call that the triple threat of social media right there, man. That's a perfect name.
Yo, you know what's funny? My dad hates that.
Yes, you told me. Yes.
All the older heads, they hate it. But all the kids that like I be around, everyone, if you're my age or you're a kid or you're a little older, you think it's dope. But if you're like 45 or older, you hate my name. It makes no sense. It's so long. It's hashtags. Y'all gotta understand.
Yeah, and you know it's gonna be like you can't just have like the Tank or, you know, the Beast or the King. It's been used so many times.
Word. When have you ever heard someone say, "Yo, I'm boxing's favorite boxer"?
Nothing. The only thing I've heard outside of what was it? That was awkward. It wasn't awkward, but Holly Holm is the preacher's daughter. I've never heard that, you know, like
yeah. Hers is dope though. She really is the preacher's daughter.
Oh man.
Like my sister told me, I'm not everyone's favorite boxer. I was like, how am I not your favorite boxer? She's like, you're not. I'm like, who's your favorite boxer then? She's like, Kendrick Ball. I was like, really? I like his trunks.
Yo, you had some pretty fly ones going on at the last fight.
Yo, shout out to Ann Darrow. Yes, yo, she hooked me up. I love Ann Darrow. I just told her the color I wanted. And I didn't really tell her anything else. I told her the color. And I don't know how this woman does this every time, but she got me exactly what I wanted. Even the sequence and everything, like exactly how I had it in my head is what she gave me. Like Ann Darrow, I gotta do a plug for her. You need trunks, yo, whole body. She do the whole body thing. She's fire. She got world champions wearing her thing. She's internationally known. Ann Darrow is a beast with trunks. I gotta do one more plug. My girl, TT Sweet Shops, anything you need, she got it. Whether it's clothing or you need some lotion, she got everything you need. TT Sweet Shops.
And this will all be the link in the bio when I throw it down. So you want to buy this stuff, you'll know where to find it. It'll be in my bio. So check all this stuff out. So Jalen, I'd like to thank you for joining the show and Happy New Year when everybody sees this badass interview. So thank you for coming on. And Springfield's finest over here, he's going for whoever. He's going to knock a motherfucker out. I don't know who it is. And if you want to see the trunks or you want to see a knockdown, go to the TikTok, go to his page, go to my page. You'll see that knockdown a million times. Sorry, Jurmain. Sorry.
I want to thank you for letting me on the show. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate being the first interview of the new year. And hey, if any of you boxing fans out there got any ideas, anyone y'all want me to fight, leave a comment. Let us know. Let us know. You never know. If we pickle you, you get a free ticket to the fight.
Yeah. So season 3, episode 1, right here. Jalen Renaud, watch his shit. You'll know where he's going to be at some point, who he's fighting, and you may get a free ticket, as he just said, but it'll probably go to me because I'm his favorite person right now. But Jalen, thank you so much for joining the show, man. I appreciate it.
No problem, man. Thank you.
All right. See you later.
Thanks for watching MattieC Sports for you and me. Make sure to follow Matty Cameron on Twitter at MattCameron23 or follow him on Instagram at MattieC23 or subscribe to his YouTube channel, MattieC Sports for you and me. Once again, thanks for watching.